Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What's your name?
Andrea, but I prefer Dre.
Okay.
And we're going to introduce everyone en un poquito, que entren un poco más todos.
Okay, thanks.
Vanessa, Natalia, can you guys turn on your cameras, please? Hi, guys.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, guys. Good evening. Hi, Teresa. You guys turn on your cameras, please. Everyone, please. There you are. Natalia, can you please turn on your camera?
Yes, yes.
Okay, how many are we? We're 5. Okay, let's wait a little bit longer. And do you guys know how many there are in total in your class?
No.
¿Cuántas personas son en total?
I guess we're 10 or 12 teacher.
Okay, yeah, so right now we're 6. Yeah, I think that's okay. We're gonna start with 6. Okay, so you guys have been having your theory classes with the other teacher, Andrea. My name's also Andrea. So Bueno, sí, I'm gonna introduce myself really quickly. So my name is Andrea. I'm 24 years old. I live in Cochabamba, but I lived in New York for a good few years, for like 6 years. So that's where I learned English for the most part, but I've also, had a lot of practice here in Bolivia, teaching English, working with language in general. So yes, that's me. So I don't know which one of you guys wants to go ahead and introduce themselves. ¿Quién quiere empezar? Like we're just gonna quickly go around. So your name, your age, and why you want to take the TOEFL exam, or why you're getting prepared to take the TOEFL exam.
Okay, I will start. Hi everyone, my name is Melissa. I'm 21 years old and I have to take the TOEFL because my university is one of the requirements to have the degree, and that's why.
Okay. Yeah, the main reason is usually work in academics, so it's a huge help to have the TOEFL exam. Who else? Teresa, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, everybody. I'm Teresa. I'm 28 years old, and I want to take the TOEFL to take a master's degree.
Okay, nice. And what area is your master's?
I decide because many university has that requirement to take a TOEFL.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh wait, from where are you connected?
I'm from Peru.
Are you
I'm Peruvian.
from Peru? What about you, Melissa? Where are you connected from?
I'm from Cochabamba too.
Oh, you're from Cochabamba. Nice. Okay. So nice to meet you, girls. Next, Vanessa, can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, well, my name is Vanessa. I am 18 years old. I am from La Paz, Bolivia. And I am taking these courses because I want to take the TOEFL maybe to earn a scholarship and study in the United States for next year.
Okay. Nice. Good. What area do you want to study? Do you know yet?
Yes, architecture. I want to
Oh,
study.
nice.
Yeah.
Architecture is really nice. My sister is also an architect.
That's good.
So what about you, Weimar? Can you introduce yourself, please? I don't know if I pronounced your name correctly.
Hi, everyone. I'm Weimar. I'm from Tarija, and I'm taking the TOEFL because I, in the future, maybe make a master degree. And
Okay. Yeah. It's always helpful to, grow academically. So nice to meet you. Next, Oshin, I think. Yes, if you can introduce yourself, please.
Yes, hi, my name is Oshin. I'm from Bolivia. I study production environment,
Mhm.
and I need to take the TOEFL to graduate. It's one requirement of my university.
Okay. Nice. Let's see who else didn't introduce themselves yet. Paola, did you introduce yourself? All right, can you introduce yourself, please, Paola?
Hello, my name is Paola. My last name is Flores. I was born in La Paz, Bolivia. I studied accounting, but in this moment I am working in a company and I want to take the TOEFL because I want to travel. I want to travel and I know that the TOEFL it's really important.
Yeah, it's also really helpful to travel around the world. Is there any country in particular you'd like to visit?
Maybe Canada.
Canada's really nice. I've never been, but I've heard it's really nice. Let's see. So nice to meet you, Paula. Who else? Natalia. I don't know if you not the specific.
Hi,
Go ahead.
my name is Natalia. I am 23 years old. I live in La Paz, Bolivia. I study law at the UPB. At the moment, I am doing my thesis. And I did the TOEFL to take TOEFL because the university is one requirement to my graduate.
Okay, good. So everyone's here for academic reasons. That's really good. Lots of high academic goals. Rosa, I don't think you've introduced yourself either.
Okay, teacher. Hello, my name is Rosa Aguirre. I am 32 years old. I want to take a master degree, my second master degree in the marketing digital in Germany, and I need to approve the TOEFL or IELTS test in order to receive the letter of, how do you say, the acceptation, I think.
The letter of approval, yeah.
Yes. Mhm. Is the reason that I am studying for this test.
Okay, good. Second master's degree. That's really cool. Okay,
Thank
so
you, teacher.
now that we've all met each other, we're going to start with the practice. What did you guys see in your classes with Andrea? Like, what did you guys review about the reading section of the TOEFL? Did she explain already, like, how much time you have, what kinds of questions there are? Más o menos que han visto ya con Andrea.
She explained us about the type of the question, vocabulary, and also detailed questions.
Okay, so we've seen those two types of questions. Right now what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a text and I'm going to give you a certain time to read it. Vamos a hacerlo por dos partecitas mejor, ¿no? Para empezar así. We're going to first read the first half of the text, responder algunas preguntas, and then read the second half of the text. Okay? And we're going to answer the questions all together. Vamos a responder todos juntos las preguntas. Okay, so let's start this. Okay. Just give me a second. Pero yo tengo esto somewhere. Sorry, just give me a second. Let's see. Okay, so you guys can see the screen, right? Todos ven normal la pantalla?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so these little letters, we're gonna ignore them for now, right? Just pretend they're not there. This A, B, C, D. Vamos a ignorar. And before we start reading, what's the title of the text? ¿Alguien me dice qué es el título del texto?
Melanin and its uses.
Yes, and what do you think it's gonna be about?
I think that explain about our biological or biochemical thing, because melanin is how to is part of the skin, I think, and I think that I try to explain the chemistry for this product.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a very detailed response, actually. So yeah, it's most likely about skin because melanin is a component of the skin. And yeah, it's probably going to talk about the more medical, the more biological or chemical aspects of it. Okay, so here I'm gonna leave it here for you guys to read, or you guys can also just give me a sec. There. I'm also sharing the document with you guys in the chat. So you can open the document and read it there, or you can read it on the screen here. So after a bit, I'm going to scroll down. Pasado un rato voy a ir bajando para que puedan seguir leyendo o pueden leerlo en el documento. For the first 3 paragraphs, let's just a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, for the first 3 paragraphs, these 1, 2, 3 big chunks, we're going to take 5 minutes. Okay. Starting. Vamos a bajar. Ahí. Sorry, let me just. Okay. No, I'm gonna leave it there. Is everyone done reading up to the 3rd paragraph? Hasta acá.
Not yet, teacher.
Okay, so let's wait a little long. Since it's not that long, I think we're gonna manage to read the whole thing. So vamos a bajar un poco más so you can continue reading en el enlace aparte que les mandé. I'm gonna start reading paragraph 4. For those of you who just entered, para quienes recién han entrado, pueden estar leyendo el texto, está en el chat de la llamada. You can read it there, and we're going to answer questions. Después vamos a responder preguntas sobre el texto. Here we're going to go down a little more. Si me lo pueden encontrar en el chat. And a little bit down the last paragraph. Okay, so everybody done reading? Yes? Okay. So we're gonna stop this. Okay, now let's get started with the questions then. Here. Okay, so we have the first question. Let's see. Paola, can you read the first question, please, and the options?
The phrase higher concentrations in paragraph 2 is closest in meaning to darker shades, more diverse types, more visible layers, greater levels.
Okay, so let's see, paragraph 2 here. So the sentence is, those individuals whose background reaches to the equator generally have higher concentrations of eumelanin and consequently darker skin. So here, higher concentrations means, which one do you think, Paola?
Darker shades.
Okay, maybe darker shades because we're also talking about darker skin. Does anyone think anything else? Oshin, what do you think? Which one is it?
I think that the last option, greater levels,
Okay, why?
because no sé. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's kind of like the one que más te llama.
It's like paraphrasing. I can choose greater levels also because paraphrasing the synonyms maybe.
Yeah, exactly. They're very similar words, they're very similar meanings. Anyone else have any other options on what it could be? Or do you agree with greater levels or darker shades? Anyone else?
I think it's D also, the last one.
It's greater levels. Why do you think so?
Like my friend said, it's like synonyms, and in the sentence are talking about the concentrations, so it's the same like greater levels.
Yeah, exactly. So here we're describing more de diferentes cosas, ¿no? More diverse, more visible, right? So estamos haciendo más de una cosa, but just más cantidad, like more, these two mean very similar things, higher and greater, and we're talking about quantities with both, right? Higher concentrations of this pigment in the skin and greater levels means the same thing. So yes, it's this one. And yes, it's correct. So we're going on to the next question. Okay, for the next question, Vanessa, can you read the question and the options, please?
The word myriad as used in paragraph 2 is closest in meaning to countless, simple, characteristic, or concentrated.
Yes. So here we have the word myriad. Different levels of eumelanin and pheomelanin are one of the primary factors giving humans their myriad expressions of eye color. So this word, what does it mean here? Any ideas, Vanessa or anyone else? Speak a little.
Maybe the characteristic.
Okay, why do you think so?
Because it's talking about expressions of eye color and talking about biological characteristics of human beings. And myriad could be one of those.
Okay, have you heard of this word before? Have you seen it anywhere before? ¿Alguien le parece conocida esta palabra?
No, teacher.
No, it's completely. Yeah, sometimes that happens, right? Cuando hay una palabra en un texto que you have no idea what it could mean. It's kind of like playing detective un poco, es jugar al detective. Si no ves partes de la palabra, si raíces de palabras que se te sean un poco conocidas, it's context. You have to look at the context. So here the context is saying different levels of melanin and pheomelanin, estos dos químicos, are the reasons humans have their eye color, their what eye color. ¿Alguien más que piensa que podría ser otra cosa? Concentrated, maybe, simple.
I think that the first option, because
Countless.
it's referred to a great variety, the expressions of eye color.
Yeah, that's a good one. So I also agree with that one, that it talks about variety. Anyone else think differently? Any other opinion? Okay, so yeah, I agree. So let's look at the context. We have differing levels of estos químicos, son dos químicos diferentes, además, differing levels of this chemical and this chemical are the primary factors or the reasons that humans have this myriad expressions of eye color. It means a wide variety of eye color because it's these different levels that are going to make your eyes are kind of blue or maybe kind of green or a little bit gray, or some people have purple eyes. Like hay una variedad increíble, no? So it means, yes, a countless variety, a wide, very, very wide variety of eye colors. So that's what it means. So always when you have a new word, primero en la palabra ves las raíces de la palabra. Y si no hay nada, como que no hay pistas aquí, you have to look at the context, which is the rest of the sentence. Okay, next. Natalia, can you read, please? And the question and the options.
Yes. The word curved in paragraph 3 is close in meaning to involve, prolonged, bent, lessened.
Lessened. Okay, so let's look at the word. Here we have in paragraph 3, the sentence is, since ultraviolet rays are refracted when sunlight is not direct, exposure to ultraviolet B rays would have been decreased and the production of critical vitamin D also thus curbed. So this is a really very medical explanation, but what do you think it means?
Teacher, I understand that is like a reduce, if the option could be the B.
Yes, so lessened also means to disminuir, less, menos, and que se hace menos. So yeah, it also I also agree that it could mean hacerse menos. But why? Why curbed? ¿De qué está hablando en la oración? Why does it mean hacerse menos? So it's talking about una relación entre dos cosas, ¿no? When the exposure to ultraviolet rays, yeah, when this decreases, decrease also means hacerse menos, right? So when this decreases, this also, palabra clave aquí, también, entonces,
Reduce.
Yes, también se reduce. So yes, it's going to be lessened. Not evolved, not prolonged. So it is, okay, sorry, the connection isn't very good. And yes, it is lessened. In the next one. Let's see. Weimar, can you read the question and the options, please?
The word inert is paragraph 4, is closest in meaning to harmful, inactive, indistinct, dark colored.
Yes. Okay, so let's look at the sentence. So here in paragraph 4, we have, until fairly recently, scientists did not understand its usage and mainly thought it an inert substance. So inert, Weimar, what do you think it means?
Maybe inactive.
Inactive, why do you think so?
I think it's like maybe synonyms. I don't.
Yeah, they seem like synonyms. Anyone else think differently? Melissa, why wouldn't it be indistinct, for example?
Indistinct.
¿Por qué no sería? Could you replace here indistinct en vez de inert?
Because some people or scientists don't understand the usage of this. And it's something, so it's inactivate, and indistinct will be like it's not valuable for that. I don't know how to say it, like no tiene como que el valor.
Okay, like it doesn't have the value.
Exactly.
So I think like indistinct would be more like it doesn't have a name. It's not distinct. It's not specific. No le han puesto nombre, no le han. It's unknown. But
Exactly.
Inactive es que sí lo han visto, they saw it, they just didn't really think it did anything. No pensaban que hacía gran cosa, melanin. So yeah, it's not indistinct. It's not dark colored, because here in esta oración al menos, they're not talking about color at all. Harmful, they're also not talking about it doing anything bad. So it seems like, yes, inactive is the best option. And again, sorry guys for the kind of not great connection. Okay, Melissa, can you read this question and the options, please?
Okay. According to paragraph 4, what is the relationship between neuromelanin and Parkinson's? An excess of neuromelanin causes Parkinson's disease. Scientists studying Parkinson's disease discovered neuromelanin deficiency may be a factor in the onset of Parkinson's disease, and patients with Parkinson's disease have helped scientists locate neuromelanin.
Yeah, so this option was deficiency. That's it's a tough word. Okay, so paragraph 4, it was this one. So no sé si se acuerdan de la lectura, but you have it here anyway for reference. Which one of these is true, or which one of these best describes the idea in the paragraph?
Neuromelanin deficient may be a factor on the onset of Parkinson's disease?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Why do you think so?
It's because
Say.
it gives protection function. May provide some unique protective functions.
Yeah, it may provide some unique protective functions. It says somewhere around here, I think. Aquí igual confirma, ¿no? The discovery that patients with Parkinson's disease have 50% less neuromelanin than individuals of a similar age has led scientists to believe that neuromelanin plays a critical role in the prevention of brain cell death. So yes, not all the ideas in the paragraph lead to less neuromelanin. A deficiency in neuromelanin may cause Parkinson's. So that's the most likely answer. And okay. And next question. Okay, let's see who didn't answer yet. Rosa, you didn't answer yet, right? Can you read the question and the options, please?
Yes, teacher. Based on the information in the final paragraph, all of the following is true of they something store melanin. They provide protection for melanin. They are located in various areas. They produce a tinted substance.
Okay, so let's check the final paragraph where we talk about melanocytes. Which do you think is, so we have to pick the one that is not true. So most of these are true except one. So veamos uno por uno, cuáles son ciertos y cuáles no. They sometimes store melanin, true or false? What do you think, Rosa, or anyone else who wants to answer? ¿Cierto o no? They sometimes store melanin.
It's true.
It's true. So where can we see this information? Let's check the paragraph.
I think that the first is not true.
Second line.
Sorry, which one did they say? Which one is not true? The first one, you say, right?
The
Yes,
second,
I
the
say-
second and third line. I'm sorry.
No, continue. The second and third one.
Yeah, the second and third line, I think
Okay.
it's saying that melanin will then stay in these cells, and these cells are referring to melanocytes.
Yes.
I think I understand like that.
Yeah. So this is kind of where the process of creating melanin sort of begins. Según yo lo entiendo. So yes, this one is true. The first one would be true. So I don't think it's this option. The second one, they provide protection for melanin. True or false? What do you guys think?
I think it's true, teacher, because it states that they are transferred to their new home to protect it from harmful ultraviolet light.
Okay, so they can also provide protection for melanin. So this can also be true. They are located in various areas. True or false?
It's true, teacher.
Yes, they are found in the skin, in your hair,
In the
different
brain.
parts of your bodies. Yes, in your brain. So this is also true. And finally, they produce a tinted substance. True or not true?
It's false because it mentioned that is inert substance.
Mhm. Okay, so yes, and this is true because here we can see that melanin is transferred to the primary skin cells as pigmented granules. So they do produce pigments. So because it's melanin, you know, it produces all the color in your skin, your nails, and your eyes. So this one's also true. So
It's
one of
true.
these,
That's true, but it's not speaking about melanocytes, I think.
is not speaking about melanocytes. But let's see each of them one by one because one of them is not true. So is produced by cells called melanocytes in the brain. These produce the melanin, and the melanin will stay in these cells. So they store melanin. Yes, true. It says here, so here in the text. A process similar to how melanin accumulates in the eyes. However, in the skin and hair, melanin is transferred to other cells. So it doesn't stay here, it sometimes move. And these other cells, do they provide protection? And nowhere does it really say, así muy claramente, muy explícitamente, that they provide protection. It sort of paraphrases these other sentences in different parts. It stores melanin, will stay in these cells. It's located in various areas. It mentions the hair, the skin. They produce a tinted substance. The primary cells are pigmented granules, but it doesn't mention protection in any moment. So I would go with this one. And let's see. And yes, it is. They provide protection for melanin. Are there any questions about that one?
Teacher, what is like a trick? I don't know how to say, but to because we are like trying to understand the passage, but then I think there's a trick because we can paraphrase and we can suppose, we can infer that letter B is also a correct one. But is there like a tip you can give us, like to I don't know, to eliminate options that can be possible also, because it's kind of confusing.
Yeah, I know. When it gets to this one, like the ones that are really about interpretation, it can get a little difficult. Go for the easy eliminations first, the ones that are obviously según lo que te pida, ¿no? Que sea cierto o no cierto. Let's pick the most obvious ones. And then it's sort of picking up clues from context. You know, trying to precisar un poco el significado, but it's really more, it's más interpretación. I don't know if there's really like un tip todopoderoso. Pero sí, bueno. I don't know if you guys who are also in Cochabamba are having troubles with connection. So a lot of friends are like complaining that. Okay. And again, about the last paragraph. Let's see, who hasn't read yet? ¿Quién no ha leído aún? Teresa, you haven't read yet, right? Can you read, please, this question and the options?
Okay, according to paragraph 5, what is true about melanin in the skin? It is stays in the cell that produces it. It is for the DNA of new cells. It is made in cells different from where it stays. It is produced equally in all humans.
Okay. So now we have here the last paragraph, right? Now we have to do the opposite. So then we had to see what was
true about the melanin?
not true. Now what is true? The first option, Teresa, is it true or not true? It stays in the cell that produced it.
No, because no.
Yes,
Because
it's
it
not true.
transfers.
Yes, it transfers to different cells.
It's B, I think, is for the DNA of new cells.
So this is not true. Why do you think so?
In the skin, melanin transfers to the skin cells. To protect.
That are grouped here's the part talking about DNA, right? That are grouped around the DNA of their new home to protect it. So is it true that it forms the DNA of new cells?
New cell.
What do you think? I would say that it's not true, because key word here, it says grouped around. It doesn't say that it
Okay.
forms or it becomes the DNA, right? Sino que está como que alrededor. It doesn't form the new DNA.
The last, it is produced equally in all humans.
Well, okay, yes. Why do you think it's that one?
Because all humans have in general the same proportion of melanin in the skin, but the amounts melanin produce varies.
Yeah. So yes, we all produce melanin, but it's because we produce it in different quantities that we have different hair color, different eye color, different skin color. So it is not produced equally in all humans. So this is not true. So it's this one. Sorry.
It was asking about the true one, not
the true one,
the
right?
yeah.
Not the not true one, right? Sorry. So it was this one. Yes. So error existencial. Sorry for that one. It is made in cells different from where it stays. Yes. Can you guys tell me why it was that one? Entonces.
Because it says that it is produced by melanocytes, but then they are transported to other cells.
Yes, and it stays in other cells. So yeah. And finally, based on the passage as a whole, what is in common among all the types of melanin? They have a close connection to vitamin D. They are similar in color. They all perform a protective function, and they are all not well understood. This is about the whole passage. Todo el texto. Which do you think is the strongest statement?
They are not well understood. The last one, maybe.
Okay. Why do you think so? No, like the general idea of the whole text.
I think that the option C, they all perform a protective function.
Okay. And why would you say that? ¿Por qué crees que?
Because it mentioned that they protect the eyes, de los rayos ultravioleta. The same in the hair and the brain.
Yeah. Yeah, and similar, like these options, there are things that have only been mentioned once or twice in the passage, right, in the text. So here, we were talking about vitamin D for a bit, but it's only mentioned in, I think, the second or third paragraph. Here, you know, the whole chemical process of how ultraviolet rays relate to the vitamin D production. It's only mentioned once. Color is also mentioned a lot, but that they're similar in color, más bien we mentioned a lot of difference in color. So it's not this one either. They're not well understood is also something that only comes up once, I think, in the text. It's only in one paragraph. So I don't think it's the main idea either. Lo que sí aparece varias veces en el texto is protection. It protects your skin against ultraviolet rays. It protects your eyes. It protects your brain. It talks about, you know, brain neuromelanin in your brain and Parkinson's disease. So this one seems to be the idea that repeats itself in all the paragraphs. right? Usually look for an idea que se va a repetir o que van a recalcar la misma idea several times throughout. So that's usually, you know, the one that drives the main idea. So it's probably this one, that they perform a protective function. And yes, yes. So I think that's all of them. I'm not sure though. Okay, last one. We have one more. These are some of the most complicated ones. Okay, we have these puntos en la oración que, bueno, en el párrafo que les indiqué hace rato, al principio del texto. So these are all different places where we can place the question or the sentence. So they give us this sentence. In fact, it is one of the most universal pigments found in living organisms, found all the way from fungi to advanced primates. Where would the sentence best fit? So we have the first paragraph. Where does this sentence fit? Here, 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 or here, that it makes sense? What do you guys think? What do you think, guys?
Letter D.
Letter D. So it would be the last sentence in the paragraph. Cierra todo el párrafo. Why do you think so?
Because before the last paragraph mentioned about pigments, more visible pigments. So to continue, the idea is, in fact, this is most universal.
Okay. For fact, two main types. Okay, I think though that this, rather than a closing idea, it's more of a, you know, maybe starting or introducing idea. Because here it's mentioning lo que va a seguir, no? In the last sentence, we're talking about the more visible pigment, of which there are two main types. And it continues the idea of there's this type of melanin and there's this other type of melanin. So creo que esta última idea está importante para vincularla acá. So I don't think it's letter D. Does anyone else have any other idea?
I don't know if it's B. I'm sorry. B or A. I'm not really, no sé, pero I think it's B or A.
Why do you think so?
Because the first sentence is about that it's not only in the skin, also in the hair and eyes. And then in this paragraph, it says, in fact, it's one of the most universal. So it's like continuing.
Yes. It's kind
and
of
then
reinforcing the idea that it's everywhere, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, I think so too. I think also A or B. Does anyone want to responder si sería mejor A o B? Pick one of the two.
Teacher, I think it's better A, because it's talking about the animals and the organisms, and it can be quietly related to the sentence that we have to add to the first one, which is A.
Yeah, the first sentence talks about how it's present mostly everywhere except arachnids. Oh, but also it's in todos los demás seres vivos. So I also think it's A. I think it's a good introduction sentence. So we're gonna go with that one. And yes, it is letter A. So later we're going to see with more detail, like ahí sí como que hay algunas palabras conectores o a veces como que cómo está escrito that can give you an idea of, oh, this is an introduction idea, or this is a conclusion idea. So this would go here, or this would go at the end, or this would go da 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 da. We're going to see that more in detail later. But for the meantime, any questions about the reading in general, about the questions, about the class? Any comments? No, nothing. So, okay, so if anyone doesn't have any questions or anything else to say, I think that would be everything for today, you guys.
Thanks for today.
Okay, guys, so see you then Friday at 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys.
Bye.
So see you. Bye.
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 Teacher.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, guys. See you.